AsianCitiesAdapt project is a partnership of cities in India and the Philippines that make good use of scientific knowledge inside an international process, but all in favor of their local climate adaptation strategies.
The AsianCitiesAdapt project is basically marrying science and policy. Most decisions at the local government level are not supported by science-based outputs.
The main focus of Potsdam Institute for Climate Impact Research in the AsianCitiesAdapt project is to develop adaptation options for these 8 cities.
So it's a question of useful projections. There are projections from the climate models, but which part is useful for the policymakers, that can be identified by proper dialogue between the scientists and the policymakers, and also the stakeholders.
It is not necessarily just a project output that we are focusing on, but we are looking at a project process. So what we also are trying to streamline and inculcate within the cities is the whole process of saying that we need to get a better understanding of what the baseline situation is, to bring in the stakeholder engagement process, to make it more robust and have more social acceptability of the issues that are coming in.
The whole idea is to make that whole package of adaptation in much more scientific, much more structured, much more kind of sustainable manner. So my point is, already we have been adapting. Now this project will give us a fillip, will give the city of Howrah, the people of Howrah a fillip to do that adaptation in a much more structured, organized manner, so that it can be much more beneficial.
Indeed, the results of the technical studies and analysis that has been done and has been presented to us as part of the AsianCitiesAdapt project gave us better decision tools in order for us to prioritize the kinds of project that we will implement, and also look at where we are strong and then develop these strengths, and the weaknesses were also treated as challenges when we made our plans to address the issues that we will be facing in the future.
Without this project, we would have never studied or focused on climate change adaptation and climate change mitigation.
I found that some of the mayors want to include the climate scientists into their policy planning, into the 10-year planning in the future. That itself is a very good result.
With the city's agreement to participate in the AsianCitiesAdapt project, the city committed itself to establish a strategic planning process for adaptation.
But a lot of our policies and programs that are coming into place are asking cities to have undertaken these kind of climate vulnerability assessments. So they are ahead of the game in that sense.
Actually, just last Friday, we had an environment summit, and I presented all the results of AsianCitiesAdapt, and they were so impressed that we were able to present 41 years of data.
A learning experience from the AsianCitiesAdapt project is that cooperation and interaction with different stakeholders in such a complex process is very helpful and beneficial, because it improves both the process and its results for climate adaptation at the local level.
So this is only the beginning. So in future, if more and more interaction continues between the scientists and these local bodies and administrators, I'm sure that there will be some positive impact so far as the adaptation is concerned in the cities.